All right, welcome back.
Yes.
We're about to continue our way to Defiance Bay with our new traveling buddies, Sagini and Imatak, or Idamak.
Well,
Let us be on our way. Oh, you need a place in the marching order. She'll be in back. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Maybe. I didn't save it, did I? Okay, it's good.
well,
All right, our little foxy buddy is, I can't wait to see what he's capable of. Let's save it so that we don't have to do that again if we die. Oh, a lion. Oh, no.
they won't see me coming.
Let's not. Or let's, be a little more careful here. There he goes.
Hey.
What are you doing, little kitty? Should we wait for it to come back to us?
All right, then.
Here it comes. All right, everyone. Okay, it'll go down pretty easily. Thankfully. And he is avoiding taking hits, thankfully. Okay, let's just get a mind wave in here.
What?
There we go. Went well enough.
What is it?
Still need to rest, of course, but... Any caves or anything up here? These kind of look like ruins of a wall. An elder line. Oh, yikes.
Laying low.
Let's see. Gwyneth.
What is it?
I don't suppose you could use a... Oh, it's a pride. That's definitely a pride. Let's, before we attempt that, since Edir is a little low on health, let's save first. Oh, and let's get a... Yeah, no, we'll have to wait for that.
How may I help? Indeed.
All right, here we go. Okay, everyone, attack the Elder Lion. Let's mark it as our prey. And then he's out of most of his spells. Blessing or Divine Terror. All right, let's do Divine Terror. And let's also get a Combusting Wounds in here. Yeah, she's going down fast. How we doing? Wounding shot on the Elder Lion. He's down. 0 phrases so far. Durance is still casting, of course. Aloth, have you done your Blackened Sight? Or your Combusting Wounds, rather, I suppose. Okay, Gwyneth isn't actually quite down yet. But she will be soon. What happened? Okay, you're attacking the Elder Line? It's almost dead. Good. These 2 phrases. Make sure you're attacking it. All of you. I should give you a new weapon, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I, Sagani? Okay, he's cast. Let's get a Arcane Strike then. Okay, she's down. And I guess he's up next. Oh, Lioness as well. He's almost there. And you're out of stuff. Let's switch to your staff. And hit the injured one. We don't have any more Holy Radiance. Sagani, attack that one, please. Give a wounding shot on it. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we still need one more. There we go. Which one will be better? I think they'll have a harder time with the ghost, maybe. Or... not Second Wind. Maybe that instead. No. Alright, everyone. Go for the line. Durance is almost dead. It doesn't look like he's actually taken hits yet. Okay. What was your other weapon? A fine S-stock? Let's go ahead and switch. Oh, good. Everyone, attack the lioness. No, attack the lioness. Except for you, go ahead and Second Wind yourself. Oh, Imitak's down. Poor little wolf. He's almost to another chant. Come on. There we go. Last line. And it's down. Well. Oh, hey. Take 300 damage from enemies to unlock the next level. Causes the confused affliction 15 times. Or cause the confused affliction 15 times with the company captain's cap to unlock the next level. Alright, what did this next level do for us? It's +1 resolve, +1 dexterity. Oh, I think it's this one. Grants confuse when hit by a critical hit once per encounter. And presumably that's against the person who hits you. I don't want to be hit by critical hits, thank you very much. But theoretically, I can cause the confused affliction in other ways. Well,
What is it?
kind of surprised. Succeeded at this. An elder lion fang. Lions were once a common sight on the plains east and south of Air Glanfath's great forests, but colonization in the eastern reach has pushed the great cats back to their relative safety of the territory between Glanfathan and their woodland communities. In addition to their great power, lions are known for their roar, a terrifying sound. They can strike fear even into the hearts of the bravest kith. Understandable. Also, I think I might have just
What is it?
accidentally contributed to the downfall of the species. Waves are roughly chiseled in the stone. They grasp at Andra's beloved moon like curling fingers. Hearth Harvest. It's a unique hatchet. Fast, plus 25% burn damage, plus deflection, plus DR bypass. This hunting hatchet, has a leather-wrapped wooden handle and a silvered blade covered in finely etched flames. When the blade is coated in the blood of prey or an opponent, the etchings glow a fiery gold, roaring to life. Even at rest, the hatchet smells faintly of smoke and charred flesh. Yeah. Sounds awful.
What is it?
All right. Oh,
I'm here.
while we're here, let's give you some stuff. Okay, she has fine hide armor at the moment. It's probably fine. Massic hunting bow. It's fast. Let me compare it to actually others. Okay, I don't actually have any others at the moment. I'll have to compare it to Gwyneth's. There we go. Okay, it's much faster. And it does a bit less damage, quite a bit less. And, well, this one's more accurate. That's the difference. The entirety of the difference. Oh, fair enough. Oh, wait a minute. I was comparing the wrong one, wasn't I? Yeah, quite a bit less damage. 1 meter less range, fast instead of average. And, okay, twice the accuracy, but no damage increase. Fair enough. All in all, I think that weapon will actually be fine for now. What about... Okay, she dual wields a fine dagger and a fine hatchet. We did just actually get a hatchet that she can take. No, not to the fine dagger. There we go. Of course, both fast. The fine hatchet's actually stronger. Both have the +5 deflection. That must be a hatchet trait. This one has the extra accuracy and damage from being fine, but no DR bypass and no extra burn damage. I think when they say plus 25% burn damage, it means whatever the damage you do, you're going to get an extra plus 25% of that as burn damage. Which isn't actually, if that's the case, then that's better. Maybe. Well, regardless, she should focus on her bow anyways. No, we don't have any rings for her, it seems, but we do have a cape of deflection at least. Right? No extra rings. Yeah. No extra rings. I will give her the traps, though. Wait, no, those need mechanics. Probably.
Yes.
Well, one thing I'm curious about as
Ready,
well.
Watcher.
Am I able to,
Yes. Ready, Watcher.
yeah, can I talk to you? Sagani draws up beside you, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
Right? That's what I was saying. It's companions make everything better. I've been alone. I had been alone for far too long. This has been nice. I was hoping I actually could see the idol again, but if I can, that means I can increase my perception and see what I notice. Finding Persak must be important for you to have traveled so long.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimok.
Oh? Hearing its name, the fox looks up. That's an old fox. How is, well, an adventure. That must be exhausting. It must be.
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds.
Oh.
I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely
Oh.
did. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a bit much. But so you're actually, here, you have a partner and a child, then. You've been away for 5 years. This guy must be very important, then. This Persak. Why do you have to find Persak?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition.
Oh.
We call it the Tarnek Elitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder.
I see.
We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persak died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero.
Yeah. And then this time you were chosen, of course.
Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
Not until she returned? What happened to her? I don't think she ever returned. It happens that way sometimes. She folds her arms, her expression sober. Yeah. I'm sure your village still remembers you, Sagani. You're kind to say so, but I'm not so fragile that I need my name chanted in the meeting halls.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me.
Yeah.
If they think of me often.
That part, that must hurt. Of course they do. They must. Well, I can't say. Returning to them is what matters. She nods, both practical and true.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persak will remember us.
Right.
You claim to see souls.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
Yes, in fragments, but I'm also, I think, unique. Really? What's that like? Uncomfortable. I just as soon not remember any of it. Yeah. She sits back. I don't envy you. Guess I'm lucky I only have to worry about someone else's past life.
Makes me wonder what Persak remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
Right, supposed to, at least. Has your village changed much since his time? Interesting, you actually wait until they're fully grown, it seems, before sending someone out to retrieve their soul.
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives.
Right.
But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Itamak brushes against her hip, and she scratches his head. Recently, there's been a lot of good years. My aunts say we've had fewer clashes with neighboring villages thanks to the hunting territories that Persoc helped establish. Sounds like he was a good guy, a good leader. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persoc brokered a lot of those agreements, too. She holds up the bear figurine. He got this from one of the Almawa ships that used to trade with us. Oh. Masuk must be a tight-knit village. It sounds like Persoc did a lot for your people.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
Right. It would be interesting if he doesn't want to come back. Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You feel the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over? Well, we've barely gotten started. It's too early to tell. Yeah. Running around like this keeps me from what matters to me. I'd been hoping to settle down. It's too early to tell. Fair enough. She rises and stretches, looking around. We've got darkness on our side. Shall we move on? Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. Maybe I'll talk to some of the others sometime like that. Not just when they request to talk. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Tucked under the flap of this bedroll is a relic of some kind. A small conch shell strung with seaweed. Oh man, it's the conch. Sacred conch. Question is this the SpongeBob conch or the Lord of the Flies conch? Let's see, it's Jaylene Demoth. Oh, as you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of the woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Sure, why not? It's been a while. You see a group of robed figures sitting next to a fire. This woman, much younger and smaller, sits with them. They are discussing travel and making plans, deciding which road will get them to their destination fastest. A rustling noise catches the attention of several members of the group, and they stand, watching over the fire, straining against the darkness to see. An enormous shadowy figure makes its way into camp, and the darkness slowly parts against the firelight to reveal who it is. Many members of the group stand, readying weapons. Others quietly invoke their god, preparing spells for battle. The girl looks around, confused, when the man sitting next to her stands, holding out his arms. He chastises the others in the group for not showing the proper hospitality to a stranger. The man walks toward the ogre, hand extended, speaking words of welcome in its own tongue. Wow, to an ogre. The ogre stares at the man for a brief moment. Then, with a swiftness seemingly unnatural for being its size, it swings the club it had been dragging behind itself. Ugh. Connects with the man's head, causing a wet, crushing sound. The woman to the girl's right screams and rushes to the man's side, covering half the distance before the man has even fallen to the ground. From the darkness all around the group, terrifying and blood-curdling shouts answer the screams of those in the camp as more figures approach through the darkness. God, that's tragic.
Yes.
Trying to show a kindness to an ogre, only to be met with, well, a cruel and painful end. We probably could, rest here, but I'm not expecting enemies in the city. So we can maybe wait to rest till we make it there. Man. Big old bridge. let's, oh, plants. Yeah, we had a commoner, too. We need more reasonable people in Defiance Bay. People being unreasonable. These are probably just going to be soul looks. Yeah. We don't really have time to read every single one of them. But I'm sure they're interesting. Zoran Zenius Kavik. We would probably easily spend multiple sessions just going through those if we did. Welcome to Defiance Bay, but watch yourself in the city, understand? Justicars. Justicar Forgan.
Hail and well met.
What can I do for you? Well, a lot of things. First off, what can you tell me about Defiance Bay? Sorry, but I don't have the time right now. But it sounds like that Dozen's crackpot Rowan is stirring up trouble again. He jerks his head at the gate. He'd be all too happy to give you a rundown of the city. Liberally flavored with Dozen's propaganda, of course. Well, I don't exactly know what Dozen's is. It's a proper noun, that seems, though. I wonder if there's a dozen gods. I haven't actually counted. You seem to be on edge. What's the problem? Thousands of them, truth be told. We've got refugees coming in from all parts under some misguided notion that things are actually better here. Ah, classic. That the legacy somehow passed us over. Ooh. Well, at least are you not dealing with it by hanging people from trees? Mass executions? For the terrible crime of having a holoborn? So they show up with no prospects and little money and just end up making a worse mess of things. He looks you up and down. No offense. Don't worry, that's not why I'm here. I'm actually looking for the Temple of Wodika. He scratches his beard. Not sure why you'd want to go there. He shrugs. It's in the first fires if you really want to see it. Thank you, and goodbye. And good luck to you. And good luck to you. Anything else here? Oh, yes. And not thieving either. Alright, let's go in the city. Looks like we can only get to the Copper Lane at the moment. 15 minutes. It's not a terrible walk for a big city.
Defiance Bay.
Oh.
The city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by Whiteone's legacy.
Right.
Hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to ennomancy and the ousting of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets.
Understandable.
Their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons.
Probably all jumpy.
The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Yeah, yes, that's the thing. Incinerating a god is usually a bad thing. But so, damn. People, unrest brewing, in other words. Oh, well, this is actually right next to the gate. That's the Brackenbury, the Catacombs, First Fires. I think that's where he said the temple was. Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Scrivener's Dormitory. Lamdala's house. That's probably to the other bridge. Pernisk's home. Marketplace and Admeth's Den Expedition Hall. That sounds... Goose and Buck sounds like a tavern. Oh, and yeah, we have to be careful here, though. I think as
Defiance Bay. I miss Adir already.
oh yeah, as a both a cipher and a watcher, both are pretty closely related to animancy, so should probably be very careful. Oh, there's Rowan. Still not thieving. These animancers have brought divine wrath upon us all. And yet the Duke and his toadies and the Crucible Knights do nothing. Can we allow these atrocities to continue unchecked? No! Oh no. Down with animancy! Blaming animancy. Widewood's legacy was one warning. Heritage Hill was another. Heritage Hill? Spread the word. Together we'll drive the blight of animancy from our city. Classic witch trials. I'm a little hesitant to approach one, but well, as long as I keep my profession in nature secret. Definitely gonna have to play this closer to the chest now. Not let people know I'm a watcher. Now that I know it's not just a gilded veil. That people are being, well, driven by fear.
How do you do?
Rowan's arms are crossed and his mouth is set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. He looks ready for a fight. He sizes you up. New in town, eh? You've picked an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing from the frontier and finding the legacies no better here. That's what I hear. It's the Animancers. Malgrins scorch 'em, and they nested in the city like rats. You mark my words, though. Us dozens are gonna put a stop to it. Dozens. So you are a group. Tell me, what are these dozens exactly? He taps his chest. We're an organization of interested citizens who want to free Defiance Bay from the dangerous influence of animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who support them. Honestly, it sounds like these aristocrats are doing a good job not being driven by fear. Though, it might be too soon to say that. Well, we'll see. We also consider ourselves a militia of sorts, seeing as the Crucible Knights are little more than a flock of preening nobles in training these days. Yeah, I understand why they're getting a little antsy and jumpy, or fearful of the Justicars and the like. Just like a militia, the dozens, except for the training, and the discipline, and the code of honor. Yeah. I've never looked fondly or highly upon people like Rowan. His eyes gleam. And we're always looking to expand. The more people that see things our way, the better for the state of the country. I think the state of the country would take a horrible turn for the worse in your hands. You have any interest in hearing more? Stop by Admeth's Den sometime. The Expedition Hall. A lot of free thinkers in there. Can set straight all the nonsense the nobles and the animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types. Yeah. I think I'll do just that. I actually will, but it's good to, more for the sake of, it's important to understand what's brewing in a city, and getting to know these people will help me out, I imagine. Plus, work is nice. Sounds like it might be an adventurers guild of some sort, maybe. And what are you doing out here? He gestures to the crowd, which buzzes with angry chatter. Trying to get folk to see reason. We're in the midst of a crisis, and instead of purging the nefarious forces from our city, interesting they spell the D-U-C instead of D-U-K-E. I think the other person did D-U-K-E. Or, not the other person, the scrolling text did. The Duke is granting animancers dangerous liberties. Like letting them live. How dare they? What do you know about animancy? It's the study and manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. The Adarans at least had the sense to outlaw it. Did they? I don't recall reading about that. Which is the only good thing you can say about them. Well, so, both on a witch hunt for the animancers and also prejudice against the Adarans. It's not like magic, chanting, or the soul readings those ciphers do. Oh, good. Ciphers get a pass? For now. It's been around like since ancient Ingwithan times, which is why you'll see animancers tinkering with old Ingwithan artifacts. I'm glad to know ciphers aren't as mistrusted. That helps me out a little bit. But it's still better to be cautious, because once driving out the animancers doesn't work, because let's be honest, these people are full of shit. They're not gonna say, "Oh, we were wrong." They're gonna say, "Clearly, we haven't gone far enough. Those ciphers are to blame as well." And well, I'm sure watchers will be after them as well, even though they're incredibly rare. Connor raises a fist to cough discreetly into it. Half-truth, Saul. But he's an enthusiastic performer, I'll give him that. Yeah, but best for us not to get on their bad side for the moment. He shakes his head. Trouble is, the animancers got no idea what half those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll admit it. Our emphatic friend is correct about one thing, at least. Well, fair enough. I'd like to know more about Defiance Bay. I can't speak. I mean, there are probably good and bad animancers out there. But if they are responsible for Widewind's legacy, damn it, I'll eat this hat. I'd like to know more about Defiance Bay. He gets a mischievous gleam in his eye. I bet they don't teach about the colony that trounced Hadrit's handmaiden back in the good old Adair, do they? How do you know I'm from Adair, I swear? Do I look Adairan? Maybe it's the way I carry myself. This is the capital of the free Palatinate of the Darewood. We started out as the capital of an Adairan colony, but we booted the flaccid scepter from these lands 150 years ago. These days, we're a major port receiving trade and visitors from all over the world. But we, some of us anyway, strive to hold on to the pioneering spirit that earned us our freedom a century and a half ago. I see. Probably won't look too kindly on a self-proclaimed Adairan lord up at the Watcher's Keep then. The city is divided into 5 districts: Copper Lane, First Fires, Aundra's Gift, Brackenbury, and Heritage Hill. Ah, Heritage Hill, that's where something happened. Presumably something bad. Well, tell me about Copper Lane. This here is Copper Lane. He taps a scuffed boot on the cobblestones. It's primarily a market district, but you've also got the Expedition Hall directly north of here, where you can join treks into the wilds. So it really is basically an adventurer's hall. Or guild. That's also where my fellow dozens martyrs and I tend to meet up with other concerned citizens. He points to a long domed building west and north of your position. And that's the Hall of the Revealed Mysteries. Airy place, you ask me. But they've got the biggest library in the Darewood. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Kana laughs. Airy indeed. It might be less so if more kith stepped inside. Perhaps we ought to visit, Gwyneth. and see just what mysteries are revealed. I like the sound of that, Kana. I like you. I like learned folks. All right, tell me about, wait, did I already do Brockenberry? No. This was a Copper Lane, yeah. Tell me about Brackenbury. A noise of disgust rattles in his throat. Ability that didn't sail back to Eddie or stayed there. Most of the families that trace their lineage are back to old imperial times. Oh, so you didn't actually drive them out. Just severed their rule, I suppose. Other than a lot of has-been nobility, you've got Hadrat House, where Lady Webb and her spies operate, and Brackenbury Sanitarium, the main cesspit of animancy in the city. He spits on the cobblestone. I'm half surprised they haven't stormed the place. Well, first fires. That's where the revolution started, hence the name. Makes sense. These days, it's overrun with politicians and panderers, but we'll take it back someday. That's where you'll find the Ducal Palace. Oh, the Valian Embassy and Crucible Keep. Presumably that's where the Justicars, the Crucible Knights, make their home. He shakes his head. The Crucible Knights were the original freedom fighters in Defiance Bay, but now they're just strutting peacocks with their eyes on fancy titles and their heads up their asses. There's an old temple to Wodika there, too. We keep it real nice for her. He winks. What did you do to the temple? Tell me about Andra's gift. Got the name because it was a wetland that was drained back in the Imperial days. Now it's a seedy district populated by sailors, common folk, and more than a few thugs. But it's a fun place too, if you know where to look. Yeah, it sounds like just the place for you and your dozens. Not that Dad would say that out loud. He winks and elbows you. Look for a place called the Salty Mast when you're there. Other than that, it's mostly warehouses and abandoned homes. Did you just point me to like a whorehouse or something? Tell me about Heritage Hill. He shivers. It used to be one of the more prestigious districts in the city. Heroes of the Revolution claimed plots up there, next to an ancient Engwithan tower in the city cemetery. Had the best views in Defiance Bay. Tracks richer types these days. A lot of animancy patrons. He spits. He glances at the crowd and lowers his voice. You wouldn't have heard, but something happened over there a couple months ago. The authorities sealed it off. They're keeping their mouths shut, but mark my words, animancy's to blame. Do you have any evidence at all? I mean, I imagine you'll make the argument that, well, it's an affliction of the soul, so clearly animancers caused it. But did you ever consider that? I mean, I don't actually know the cause either. But that there are other possible explanations. You did kill a god. So, I mean, it could be a curse from that. It could be some animancer. My belief right now is it has something to do with those people I saw. Which, who knows, maybe they are animancers. But even if that were true, it doesn't mean the existence of animancers are to blame. Well, never mind. Let's talk about something else. And farewell. All right. Well. Seems to me that the city is at a boiling point. Hopefully these protesters don't turn violent and take matters into their own hands. The expeditions out of Admeth's Den are just organized grave robbery. Ooh. Well, maybe I'm not so interested in going there after all.
Of course.
I guess we'll see. We'll have to see for ourselves. But yeah, I think this will be a good place to stop for now. Next time we will start our exploration of Defiance Bay.